How'd everybody like the class? Good? Good? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
One to many, man. I'm out of a hospital. If most of us feel the same way, the boredom was worse than the pain. Like, can I leave now? No, you can't leave. Can I do anything here now? No, you cannot do anything here. So it wasn't a really great time and I was itching to get out of there, but I'm glad to be back. So we have a pretty full meeting today. We have Todd bringing in his market update, which I know that you guys always find a lot of value in. So welcome. Let's jump right in. Sean, what do we have first up? G&T. Where you at? Oh, she's talking. Okay, we're gonna get her in line. I'm not the late one. Weird. That looks like beer.
Yeah.
Oh, it tastes so good. 14 days with no beer has been tough. Welcome, GNT. Kayla, we appreciate you guys being here. We also appreciate that you brought tacos down for lunch.
We did.
And so go ahead, make it work.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So today, hopefully, we are going to do something a little more interactive. So we're going to play Jeopardy, Title Jeopardy. So start out, this is our lovely team sheet. I can introduce some people on here. We do have a couple of new faces. So just wanted to give you a little introduction on who those people are. So Britt, she's our CEO. Mike is our closer here in Roseville and everywhere else that he goes around. Wendy, a lot of you know that we have added her to our roster. We are super, super thankful to have her. She is our bilingual closer now. Myself, and then we have also added Ashley Prout. So she is a senior coordinator. She's a senior coordinator now on our team as well. We also have Katie. Some of you have seen her. So she sits in the back corner in Great North Title as well. She's in Roseville often. She is currently a part of Team Mike as well. And then Amanda and Heather, they're typically in Egan, but are on Team Mike, and they are his coordinators. He has a big team. Okay, so now we are going to play some Jeopardy. Sean, I didn't give you too much notice for this, so.
2 teams, right?
Yeah, 2 teams. We'll do 2 teams. Cool, perfect. Okay, so this is our Jeopardy game. It's a little mini one because we didn't want to stand up here all day and make you guys learn title. You'd probably start leaving. So what I'm gonna do is split the room in half. Look like we're really in half. So we'll start here in the middle. Goes to there. What to do?
From there.
Nick. So Nick, all the way over to Mark. You guys are the red team. Here for the red team. Lisa, all the way over to the left. You guys guess it. You're gonna be the blue team. So we're gonna start. So you're gonna pick a category. We'll go back and forth, and at the end we have the big question you give that points on. So blue team, start with you. What category would you like? Don't be shy.
Mike for 101.
Like 100. 100 or what?
Oh, 100.
100? Okay. 100. How many years has Mike been in title? Anyone on the blue team?
Can we do over under?
We'll go within 5. Within 5 years. Final answer?
Yes.
What is it?
4? Is that the final answer?
Sure.
You will. Okay, so let's have 5. 24. All right. All right, 104 is the blue. So, all right. Red team, pick a category and pick number.
Great North for 100.
Great North for 100. How many office locations does Great North Title have? Don't be shy, don't be shy.
About 4.
4?
Within one, can we do one?
No.
Are you thinking of 4? Final answer? Better people have done it within one though, but we do have 5 locations, but that does not mean that we can't close anywhere. They will go all over, and I will show you soon, how far Meg has actually gone. All right, blue team,
What's the score?
Title 100.
title what?
Title 100.
Title 100. To avoid probate and have right of survivorship, what box needs to be checked if more than one person is going into title?
You could pick that.
Yeah. Right, that is. Good job. Right.
That's actually 200 for the blue.
Yeah.
But now they have.
Oh, are we?
I'm just counting. We're down to 10. Category. Title for a thousand. Title for a thousand. Which party will be responsible for an assessment that is not due and payable in the current year with the new PA effective 8/17/24?
Didn't get an answer that one.
What is buyer?
What is buyer? Remind me though.
That's red. You just said it.
All right, blue team.
Mike for 1,000.
Like for 1,000.
Wow.
Not letting anyone take that, were you? Where is the furthest closing that Mike has traveled to for his client? I'll take hours.
4.
I'll take hours. I didn't.
Everything from this office,
Um,
from his house?
from
Maybe 3?
3?
No.
I got it fired.
No.
Around 3 times.
Oh, I can.
I haven't looked at this, might have a calendar if I can help with this gun.
That was what I get paid out.
Okay, final answer?
7
Go on.
5.
This is round.
7, final answer. Title for 5. Title 100. What are some benefits of using Great North Title as your preferred title company? Red team, in-house, what else?
No closing.
Remote closing.
So we'll try 5.5 hours.
You're on the other team, but I appreciate the support. What was that? Bilingual closer. Okay,
All are correct answers.
true. All of those were correct answers. Communications is our specialty. You can call, text, email, or search. So that's kind of nice. We can help you refi, return title work in 24 hours. We close commercial, residential, new construction. Anywhere that's convenient for you. No transaction is too difficult. I don't know why I went through the bad stuff, but there you go. Again. That was 500. That was red. Is that 500? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 500. I just didn't know.
All right.
We have to do Great North for 1,000.
Great North for 1,000. Does Great North Title offer title toolbox to our clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was blue team.
Oh, Alex, back up here. Yes, yes, that was good. So yeah, we do offer title toolbox. If you guys don't know that yet, there is gonna be a sign up sheet coming around. So if you would like access, please, reach out to me and let me know, and I'm happy to help you get in there. And if you wanna.
We've got 1,000 for that. Oh, I was like, she said 500. What's the 1,000? It was 1,000. I lost her. It was 1,000?
I know Alex for that. Yeah, so if you guys would like access, please sign up and then keep going around. If you want to talk further about it, I'm happy to. But I just wanted to throw that out there and let you guys know that we do offer that for our clients. So, all right, we have 2 left. No, it's 500. Can G&T sign a seller who is on vacation in Italy?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, final answer, yes. Over.
Ron.
Wait, go back. Ron, a remote on the line. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be the only male that works at B&T.
Yeah.
No. No, we do have a senior examiner on staff for all of your tough files. We have go through it. His picture wasn't on. Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah. Okay, so we are gonna do one last question. You know how they do that in the where you can bet your points. So we have blue at 1,200 and red at 2,000. So I'll have, who wants to write down how many points you guys are betting? Write it, okay, write it down, Ted. How much are you betting for the question? Write down how much you're betting. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm gonna read you something first. Little fun fact. So our logo is a deer. So fun fact, dollar bills are referred to as bucks because in the 18th, 19th century, deer skin or whole deer were used for currency. So I thought that was kind of a fun fact. And also, I kind of wanted to read you, if you've been on our Instagram before, Britt has a little dedicated spot on there to talk about why she chose this as her company's logo. The deer is an auspicious symbol associated with the sun, sunrise, light, purity, renewal, and rebirth. It symbolizes and meanings include stamina, virility, grace, instincts, sorry, it's really small, and maturity. He is mature and experienced, having endured life's challenges, and he has a massive crown of antlers to show for it. So a little bit behind why Britt chose the deer. So the question is, give me, actually we'll do this. How fast can a white-tailed deer run?
You live up there. Because he's in both. Are we giving a range?
Okay. I know.
Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, Austin,
40 miles per hour.
3 miles per hour.
That's what we get to do.
35, so that could be right.
Okay, then you both got it. 35 to 40 miles an hour. That's gonna make it hard. 35, but I guess there's a range. So you both. So what did you guys bet?
$1,200.
1,200. So you got 24. What about you guys? Looks like red team is our champion. For the winner, we did, and this is true, we only did about like 15 cinnamon twists. So Blue team, paws off. Okay, okay? Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. All right, guys, we're gonna move quick now because we have Todd's. Is that my scene? All right, we're gonna skip that because we're gonna go over. We're gonna do this. We haven't seen it before for OCT. You guys can get this. Phil Jones did what exactly to say. We're doing some dialoguing with this. They're really cool cards. It's really just as simple as you give somebody a rebuttal or an objection, call me in a few weeks, something like that, or I'd like to list my house at 5%. Right? It gives you some opportunities to work on that. So we're going to be doing some more of that. That'll be our stand-up coming forward, but we got some information today we want to get you guys to, so we're just going to move through that. If you guys want to do some of this, we're going to be doing this Money Talks Thursday mornings, 8:30 to 9 on Zoom. You guys can attend that. We're going to do some of these, and we even have some giveaways that we didn't give away today. So
Do a double on for the giveaway.
double and free for the awards. That's right. All right, forms updates. You guys got that, right? July 23rd and the 30th. So today and on the 30th, 2 to 3. So you guys kind of had that from Sean this morning on the update with all the education stuff today. So if you're not doing it today, please guys come in and do it. Get familiar with it. It's going to do nothing but help you provide more perspective to the buyers and sellers you're going to be working with now that there's going to be.
Gonna be just Zoom because I'm not good at the hybrid thing.
It's just Zoom, so that's even better, right? I don't know why I said that it was even better, but there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. All right, Bethany Nelson. She is an inspiration to a lot of people in the business that she's built. They're doing a fantastic job this year, and she's also been doing some wealth building. So we're having Bethany come in. You guys will love it. If you haven't met her, she's a ball of energy. She'll tell you the way it is. It's fantastic. I think that everybody would find value in that and what she's building. And some of her stuff is a fun. All right, Bold Bucks. Bold is coming back, and we get our coach, you guys. I've been to 8 or 9 Bolds. I've taken 5. A lot of great coaches. This particular coach, Hudson Warren, is. I don't know that I've ever had. I don't know that there is a better Bold coach, to be honest. And we're getting him back because we begged and pleaded. That's going to be in Sprinkley at the Banquets of Minnesota again. So it's real close to here, and you guys, it's going to be life-changing for the people that dig in right now because the market is shifting enough where there's going to be opportunity, and those that kind of reach for that right now going into the later part of the year, moving into next year, you're going to have a really great first quarter. So do yourself a favor, do this, sign up for Bold. We're doing Bold dollars back to 200, correct? Up to $200 based on your Bold bucks that you get by showing up to the meeting, showing up to other trainings, and anything else that we might put forward. Boom. Oh, how many of you guys saw this all over Facebook or Instagram yesterday? This is awesome. There's a lot of talk in our business about who gets what. What is Bold? Bold is Business Objectives Life by Design. It is our premier training for agents. It is comprehensive in delivering mindset, delivering affirmations, helping you overcome your own self, and keeping you accountable for an 8-week period, 7 weeks the actual class run, but about an 8-week run. And Todd, do you have an idea what the average is? Sorry, I didn't mean to. What is the average that we're coming out of Bold with? Last time's numbers were pretty impressive.
I believe 12 transactions per agent.
12 transactions for agents that attended Bold. And that is because of the way they do the training. That's in addition to what you would have arguably already done. So that's Bold. Yeah. And as a part of our culture, we're celebrating $2 billion in shared profit. I could get into the weeds about the difference between profit share and rev share and these sorts of things. And I tell you, if you look back at the history of what profit share created and the people in this room that have benefited from this, I tell my story. It allowed me to go on 6 major vacations since I started at Keller Williams. It allowed me to go on 6 major vacations with my family and the money I've earned simply by having a conversation with somebody and that person finding value in that conversation and meeting with the team leader or meeting with one of our teams or meeting with somebody else. And so that's an important thing about who we are. And it's important because we put our money where our mouth is, right? They said, hey, we're going to provide some profitability and profit share in order for you to have a way to gain some passive income. So guys, that's a feat that no one else can say they've done, and arguably no one else is going to do in the near future because no one else has a program such as this. So profit share is good, and you want to learn how to grow your profit share, who can you call? Jesus, who can you call?
I'm sorry.
Apparently, I could be out of the market center for 10 days. So anybody that you want to help grow, we have some awesome opportunities. Let's build your downline so you can build some passive income for you as well. All right, Sean? Oh.
Morning, everybody. It's nice to see a full room this morning. We love to see that. So I just wanted to take some really just like 30 seconds here. There is a new tool on the North Star MLS where you can actually create postcards directly from it, from your listing. So it works a lot like Command does, but it's another option that I just wanted to throw out there. So you can find it in Edit, brand new tab, just advertising and promotion. And then kind of walk you through the steps here. So I did note on here, the cost for these is going to be a little bit more than what you would spend on the Command platform. It's about a $14 difference. You're going to spend 77 versus 91 on here. But again, these are just some additional options. If you're tired of the same old designs of Command, these are just some options you can use. It's got a ton of templates, just sold, just listed. I mean, it's a bunch of different topics, and you can change out all the colors, the photos, everything on them. So anyways, just want to throw that out there, just to provide some value with you guys. And then just want to really quickly touch on my services. So I put together this little average time spent. So this is for someone that actually is active on social media, active with their marketing. Obviously, if you're not doing anything, this really doesn't apply. But on average, a person can spend 16 to 30 hours on their marketing. That's your social media management, your content creation, your emailing, SEO, website maintenance, and client communication. 16 to 30 hours. So you put that into perspective, each week you are losing 16 to 30 hours where you can literally spend that on your moneymaker, which is what? Lead generation. So I just want to offer it out there. If there is anything that I can take off of your plate, I am here. I'm happy to help out. Even if you don't, like, hey, I don't have the money for that to spend for things like that, just come talk to me. I'm happy to train. I'm here to help out in any way that I can. Just come talk. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Awesome, Sean. All right, and up, and Todd. All right. You want the microphone?
Okay, so before I jump into the numbers, which we're gonna spend the next couple of hours going over, that never gets old. $2 billion in profit share. That is a lot of money. Now, I want to illustrate how much money that is. I have a $20 bill here for anybody that can answer my question. Again, to illustrate how much $2 billion is. Okay, so you have to raise your hand. If you don't raise your hand, it doesn't count. How many $20 bills are in 2 billion? It's an easy question. It really is. Come on. How many $20 bills in 2 billion? Come on. Okay. Awesome. That's exactly right. $100 million $20 bill in 2 billion. That's a lot of money. All right, Sean, can you roll the video? This is the smartest guy that I know that knows numbers. Dr. Lawrence Yun.
I did.
Okay, so let's recap a little bit, what he said. So, prices stabilizing, right? Not running up at the rate that they have, not the 40% run up that we've seen since, the pandemic. First-time home buyers account for just about 30%. That surprises me based on where rates are at and where prices are at, that it would jump up above 30% because it's been at 26% for the last 2 years. Historically, that number is 40%. We go to the next slide. Historically, that's been at about 40%. The average age for a first time the average age for a first-time home buyer is now between 33 and 34 years old. Also, in for the foreseeable future, the number of people turning 33 or 34 will be at the peak. There was a dip for a period of time, especially during the Great Recession, that has come back very strong, and that will drive demand for years into the future. The other thing that's going to drive demand as well is the age of household formation. Household formations start on average at age 26. That means somebody moved out of mom and dad's basement. They didn't necessarily buy, they might be renting, but they may have purchased as well. They might have a roommate. But household formations are larger than they've ever been. And that's the pool of buyers between 26 and 33 or 34 years old as well. That's driving some of the demand. And he said first-time home buyers realize that they're going to have a little higher payment initially. However, they want to begin building wealth. And obviously that's what real estate does. And when you look at the numbers of the wealth gap between renters and homeowners, it's $10,000 for a renter on average and $300,000 for a homeowner. There's a big gap there and a big reason that all of you should be talking to your buyers or people that are potentially first-time home buyers that reason to buy. Boomers are looking to downsize or move to another market. There are 10,000 baby boomers a day turning 65 years old. That will continue through 2029. By the way, that has been happening for over a decade now as well. So that's going to drive demand. Average long-term interest rate, 7%. The new normal rate, he said, will be around 6%. Watch the 10-year bond. They flashed that up on the screen during that interview when they did that recording about 2 weeks ago. The 10-year bond was at about 4.3%. Add 3% to that. That's where rates have been, has been over 7%. And typically that spread between the 10-year bond and where the 30-year rate is at is typically 2%. So there's some low-hanging fruit there. And when we move into a rate environment where there's less risk, that will compress, that spread will compress. So we should already be in the low sixes if we were at 2%. I saw a report over the weekend that the betting markets, I didn't realize this, but apparently you can put down a wager when the Fed is going to make the next cut. There's a 100% chance in the betting markets right now that that rate cut will come in September. And they also believe that there will be 2 more behind that. So 3 rate cuts this year. There's not a direct correlation, but that will affect where the 10-year bond is at. And that will affect that spread between the 10-year and the 30-year. So watch for a prolonged period of rate decline and not rate increase. And like the person that was giving the interview said, that will increase the velocity of transactions. So let's hope that that brings relief in the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter of this year and sets us up for a really great spring market in 2025. All right, let's go to the next slide. This is an interesting slide. This is from, just to give my credit where credit is due, Freddie Mac, and it shows the relationship between inflation, or the CPI, and where the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is at. And you can clearly see that inflation has come down and rates have not come down. The last time we saw that was back here, late 70s, early 80s, where the inflation had come down rapidly. However, it took longer for rates to come down. It was actually almost 4 more years beyond when inflation truly came down to when rates came down. So unfortunately, we had a quick run up in terms of inflation and a quick spike down, but we have not seen that yet with rate. So that is one more indication that we're headed in the right direction. And it's only a matter of time before we see the rates start to come down. Let's take a look at new listings. So new listings over the last few years, kind of an interesting chart to look at. Back in 2022 through June, so this is through June. And by the way, if anybody wants to debate these numbers that they may not be accurate, just contact the association, because I'm just taking this off. this isn't me making these numbers up. I say that because there's somebody that's not with us anymore that decided to take issue with the numbers. At one point, I was like, I didn't make them up, the association did. Anyway, through June of 2022, we had processed 37,961 listings. Where we're sitting today, we're at 33,888, and that's up nicely, about 3,000 units for the first half of the year as compared to 2023. Next slide. So just to put this in perspective, we had 43,931 listings processed through the end of June in 2015. So we have a long way to go. Actually, can you back it up one? All right, go ahead. Go to the next one, and then after that one too. Okay, so inventory of homes. This is pretty interesting. Look at this back here. We don't want to get in. We just don't want to go there. 37,000 listings versus today, we're sitting at 8,905. That's up from 8,055 and up above 2022 as well. Can anybody tell me what a balanced market is in terms of month supply of homes? Yeah. Does 6 feel like it's a balanced market? No. What does it feel like?
Market crash.
Yeah, exactly. So if we got inventory of homes that looks like this, next slide. That leads to, by the way, we had 17,436 homes on the market in June of 2014. So double where we're at today. Next slide. Going back to month supply of homes, we're sitting at 2.4 month supply. Does it feel a little bit like we might be in a buyer's market? Yeah, and not at 6 months, but at 2.4 months. And then next slide. In 2014, when we were at 17,000, we were at 4.1 months supply of homes. So that 5 to 6 months of being a balanced market does not feel like a balanced market, in my opinion. It feels more like a buyer's market. So I don't know that we necessarily want to get to 17,900 listings. That would create more options for buyers, obviously, that more than likely too would bring down price. And remember, Dr. Yoon said that prices would stabilize, and one of the reasons why is the increased inventory rate, along with rate and where payments at, and there's several factors that are involved in that. So interesting stuff. We're nowhere close to 4.1 months. We're nowhere close to 17,900 units in terms of inventory. Our inventory would have to double for that to happen. So next slide. All right, average sales price. This is interesting too. Look at 2022, 425. 2023, it went up just 0.7% or just a push to 428. And here we sit in June at 443,000. Let's see how that looks compared to previous years. So if we go all the way back to, next slide. June of 2014, we're at 248,000. We're at 443,000. June of 2019, we're at 326,000. By the way, since June of 2019, we've gone up 37% in price. By the way, in June of 2019, if I would have offered you a referral and pay me 0 referral fee, would you have taken that? If I offered you a listing or a buyer and you didn't have to pay me a referral fee in June of 2019, would you have taken that? Yeah, everybody. Okay. So if I offer you one today and ask for 25%, would you do that? Yeah, you're still coming out ahead on average. So just one way of looking at it. June of 2021, 387,000. I mean, really in the last 3 years, we've run up quite a bit as well to 443.
Is that Twin Cities Metro?
Yeah, it's it's the regional area. So this is, when you look at the data that the association puts out, it's a 16 county metro, which includes 3 counties in West. All right, next slide. Pending sales. Interesting too, back in 2022, we were at 29,581. Through June of this year, we're at 23,584. And you look, we're down 10% through June as compared to last year. By the way, was last year a fantastic year that everybody's going like, wow, this is awesome. This is just a great year. No, we thought we probably hit the bottom last year and we would start to pop up this year, right? It was predicted at the beginning of the year that we'd see a 15% increase in unit sales. We're just not seeing this. When we look at the next slide, look at how many weeks in a row. Oh, actually, let me cover this first. Pending sales, Marty inserted some slides that I give some information. That's why I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Pending sales in June of 2014, we had 25,000. Today we're at 23. June of 2019, we're at 30,000. By the way, June of 2019, that 30,000, that's the sustainable number that we're at. We're not at a sustainable number of 33,000. So you can see multiple years in a row, by the way, 2016, 17, 18, and 19, pretty much the same. Isaac?
Can you extend it more on staying long?
Yeah, so did the market get a little bit wonky in 2021 where we probably got ahead of ourselves and we're doing more transactions than what we should be? And the reason why I say sustainable is that if you look at the US numbers from 2016 through 2019, a 4-year period, in the US, we were selling about 5.5 million units. I was at an event last October. Dr. Yoon was there. I had a one-on-one conversation with him, and we were talking about some of the things that he had gone over. And I asked him, I said, don't you feel like we're sustainable at 5.5 million units based on the population, based on, you know, the growth of the population, all that? He said, yes. However, we should be at 5.5 million and growing from there because the population is growing every year. The population grows by 3 million people every year, and we need one housing unit for every 3 million people. That's the break. So that would then mean that we would need to be selling more homes. So for us in our area here locally, we had 60,000 home sales for 2000, right, on average. It was 60,000 home sales for 2016, 17, 18, and 19. And that's why I'm saying that we're sustainable at 30,000. That's where we should be at, but we're at 23,000, right? So that's interesting. I'm gonna give you another number once we get to the close. So next slide. So this is what I was gonna say before we were on that last slide. When you look over here, that's 3 months of data. Why does the association give us a snapshot of 3 months of data? Anybody want to give me an answer to that? What was it?
Takes the close.
No, that is a good answer. The reason why they do the 3 months is that it will illustrate a trend. So the inventory and pendings and closed, whatever, that's why they're showing 3 months. And what I want to point out, and by the way, we should all be looking at these numbers every week. When you get the email from SPAR, you should open it up and click on the pending stats so that you can look at the weekly activity report. Look at all of those weeks over on the right-hand side, negative, 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 negative. There's 11 weeks in a row where our pending sales have been down. And so if you're feeling that in your business where you're not writing as many deals, there it is right there. That's what's going on. All right, next slide. So closed sales, 2022, 26,888. By the way, in 2022, rates were going like this, right? They didn't even hit 6% until about this time in 2022. So we had closed sales through June of 2022, much higher than where we're at today at 21,148. So we're down quite a bit from where we're at. And look at that, closed sales year over year, we're down 16.3%. Pretty interesting number, right? Let's go to the next slide. So here is what it looked like over the previous years. So through June of 2014, 22,614, 2019, 26,323. By the way, there's your dollar volume off to the right. All I used was the average sales price for that month. So in June of 2014, I showed you what the average sales price looked like previously. I used that average sales price based on times 22,694. That means that we had 5,642,000,000 in closed volume that we would earn commissions off, right? Now, every closed sale is 2 units. When you look at these reports, there's a buyer side and there is a seller side. So you can double that. There were actually 44,000 sides that were available. This just shows units. And you can double that volume number as well. And then you go to June of 2019, 26,000, or again, doubling that, where we had 8 billion unit volume, but 16 million side volume. June of 2021, when things ran up and we got ahead of ourselves, we had 29,000 or 11 billion or 22 billion. And then in 2024, we're sitting at 21,148, which is the lowest number that's up there. But we still had 9.3 billion in volume. By the way, if we added that 5,000 units down here, that would be 2 more billion in volume that could be added to this number. So we should be at that number already, again, double that. So we should be at 22 billion in an actual volume, but we're down 28% from in total units from June of 2021. Okay, so rates start to come down, the velocity of transactions pick up. I think that we're going to enter into a period of prolonged increase in sales, right? We thought we had found the bottom of the market. We obviously haven't, looking at the pending sales, looking at the closed sales, but we should be close to the bottom as we start to see rates come down. They have come down slightly, not as much as we'd like to see. Any questions, any comments on that? All right, what, Isaac?
What pricing, agent?
Hasn't come down much. So nationally, the agent count has come down a little, but I'm talking out of 1.5 million members that like 40,000 have left the industry. Here's the greater question though. How many are really doing nothing? Or how many are not getting the message? What is our job in real estate? By the way, our chairman of the board wrote a book called One Thing, right? What is our job? Yeah, lead gen, right? We don't get to have everything. We don't get to have closings if we don't lead gen. We don't get commissions if we don't lead gen. We don't get to have problem inspections if we don't lead gen. Right? We don't get to have buyers or sellers if we don't lead gen. So how many have just checked out, said, wow, this is just too challenging of a market. I'm not going to do it, right? And by the way, lead gen doesn't need to be hard. Pick one thing or 3 things that you really like to do and go out and do it, right? If you don't like to circle prospect and get on the phone, then get together with people and go have coffee, right? That's pretty easy. Oh, by the way, I'd like to set you up on a neighborhood market update, right? By the way, here's a furnace filter checklist. Just put this on your furnace and then track your furnace filter exchanges, and then your information is on, right? Come from contributions as you get together with people. Jordan Davis out of Dallas, her team was at Mega Camp last year. By the way, who's going to Mega Camp? Everybody should be going to Mega Camp, right? Well, Nick was going to go. Rethinking that at this point. Her and her team, their goal was to do 500 open houses, right? And a couple of years ago, the market today is not a couple of years ago. It's not even a year ago, right? It's probably not even 3 months ago. Today is a different market. Doing open houses a couple of years ago probably wouldn't have been worth it. Are we in a time frame where doing open houses could pay off because there's less agents doing the things that they need to do, right? And there's more buyers floating around that are potentially interested, especially that first-time home buyer that's 33 or 34 years old, or those people that have already gotten into a household formation from 26 to 33 or 34 years old? Absolutely. So there's more opportunity. And by the way, if you're doing an open house, you could probably go door knock. And if you're doing an open house, you could do social media, right? So you get to put a sign in the yard. There's a lot of things that you could do around that plan. It doesn't need to be 500 open houses. No, it could be 100. By the way, I've probably done more open houses than most people in this room. So I'm not going to tell you to go do something that I haven't actually done myself. That was my lead gen, because I'm not going to be the guy that was going to get on the phone. Don't make it hard. Just go do something that works for you. All right. So how are you doing? Right? Let's take a look at that. So here's a graph that I put together. By the way, please do not post this on social media. If you want to take a screenshot of it, that's fine. But I pulled this information. I'm really kind of sick of listening to companies come up with BS data as to how they want to compare themselves versus using real data. So I pulled data out of Brokermetrics to put these next graphs together. All right. So here is Keller Williams Rose compared to others that are in our same market, right? Here's how much volume we've done in the last rolling 12 months. And yes, our numbers are done, just like everybody else's. We've done 360 million in volume. Nobody else is close. By the way, every one of them, if you were to talk to them, want to be here, they don't want to be there. We've had 115 agents do a transaction in the last 12 months. Edina Realty has had 30. Okay. They don't want to be there. They want to be here. So I would say that we're crushing our competition, right? Every single one of them, Creative Results, Home Sellers, CD Arden Hills, Remax, all of them, we're crushing.
Hang on, is 115 agents how many people we have or how many did deals?
That is how many agents have done a deal in the last rolling 12 months. 39 agents that, yeah, Edina Realty. But you will see posts once in a while, we're the biggest broker in the Twin Cities. We're not doing anything, right? I don't know, if I'm an agent, I think I'm probably going to want to be with the broker that does more, right? So let's break this down even further when we look at the next. Okay, how do we compare to the average number of transactions that our agents are doing? So KW Roseville versus Edina Realty Roseville. They only have 53 agents total. So we can only compare our top 53 agents with their 53 agents as a fair comparison. On average, we do 14 transactions per agent, they do 6. If we do $10,000 aside for a commission, there is a difference of 8 deals there, or $80,000. I don't know. If I'm an agent, I'm trying to make a decision for me and my business, I'm going to probably take the $80,000 versus me talking about how we're the biggest broker in the Twin Cities, right? That means nothing. That means something to every agent. Creative Results, 3 versus 8, there's a 5-unit difference. They have 99 agents that have done it. By the way, they probably have 40 that have done 1 deal. So that's not even really a good comparison, but we're being real. Our top 99 agents versus their 99 agents that actually, they've got probably 30 agents that have done 0. Anyway, we're 5 transactions more, 50,000. KW versus Home Sellers, they have 31 agents versus our 31 agents, 19 versus 5, right? I'll take those 14 extra deals, right? And then you can see CB and Remax as well. Remax is close, a couple, but you know what? I'll take that extra couple, that extra 20 grand, right? That's a lot of money. So if I'm gonna make a decision about me and my business, I want to go where the transactions are getting done. And so none of them have what we have. They don't have the staff to support all of you. They don't have the facility. They don't have the training and education. They don't have the technology, and they don't have the culture that is going to get them there. And again, every one of them wants to be there. I ran over a little bit. I apologize. Hopefully you got some good nuggets out of what I showed you today. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me. Thank you. All we got?
That's all we got.
All right. Thank you.